Okay, let me start today's session. Okay, let me revise what you have studied in the previous classes, as it was a 3 to 4 days break because of the second internals. Okay, so the topic we were discussing was design of band limited signals for zero ISI. Currently, I am not going to explain complete about ISI. I'm just going to revise what you have learned in the previous class so that I can connect today's class successfully. Okay, so you are observing a basic block communication block diagram wherein you are sending the input symbols at every t seconds. You are generating input symbols every t seconds and you are transmitting over a channel. Okay, so at the receiver you are obtaining the samples. Okay, so this is the very important signal flow. You are transmitting the symbols or the signals every t seconds. So at the receiver for every t second you are supposed to receive one particular symbol. So now the expression at the receiver output is given as y of mt is equal to x of 0 into am plus sigma from minus infinity to plus infinity x of mt minus nt an plus wm of t. This is what you are observing at the receiver output or at the receiver end. So now you are taking the mth sample at the output. Yes, that is true. Over here, if you observe, along with the desired sample, along with the desired symbol, you have transmitted am and you are receiving am. That is true. Okay, but along with this desired symbol you are having several unwanted terms. So this unwanted term is referred to as inter-symbol interference. So at any instant at the receiver, along with the desired symbol am, you are getting some unwanted terms which is represented by the second term. So this entire second term is called as inter-symbol interference components, or simply it would be called as inter-symbol interference. So okay, in this equation what is the desired answer? The desired quantity is am. So all the rest of the things are undesired. So what is the rest of the thing? One component is noise. So currently we are not bothering about the noise. Okay, so we will bother about this particular second term. It contains a summation. So you have to make this entire summation 0. So therefore, what is the easier way to do? You make this x of mt minus nt as 0. What is this x of mt minus nt? It is nothing but the samples of the signal x of t. What is x of mt minus nt? They are nothing but the samples of the signal x of t. Then what is x of t? X of t is given by this mathematical expression, or simply saying x of t involves the contribution of transmit filter, channel and the receiving filter. Okay, if you carefully observe the signal flow, your input is passing through all the blocks, that is transmit filter represented by GT, channel represented by C of T, receiving filter which is represented by GR of T. So X of T represents the entire communication systems. Okay, yes. So now what we are supposed to do to avoid the inter-symbol interference, this x of mt minus nt, that is the samples of x of t should be made 0. Remember, not all the samples should be made 0 except x of 0, that is the 0th sample. All other samples should be made 0. That is what you are supposed to understand. Therefore the sentence has been written to remove the effect of ISI, or to make 0 ISI. That is the meaning. To remove the effect of ISI, it is necessary and sufficient that x of mt minus nt equal to 0. What does this symbolically represent? This represents samples of x of t should be made 0. Not all the samples except x of 0, except x of 0, all other samples should be made 0. That is why it has been written like this. So this has been mathematically written in the form of equation number 14, where this represents x of nt represents the samples of x. So n is equal to 0 means sample 0. At 0th sample, the value would be 1. That means that this x of 0 is equal to 1. Okay. And at all other samples, the value of x of at all other sampling instance, the value is 0. Remember, when are you going to take the sample? At every t seconds, you are going to take the sample. For this is the main condition of x of t for obtaining 0 ISI. That is one condition. Along with, we are having a frequency domain or F domain condition, Fourier domain condition, that to happen, to make this equation 14 to happen, I repeat, to make this equation number 14 to happen, the Fourier transform of signal x of t should satisfy the condition number 15. That thing should happen. So therefore, you are having a signal x of t, so that the signal and its Fourier transform satisfies equation 14 and 15. Then with that x of t, you can achieve 0 ISI. So this is the condition. This condition is called as Nyquist condition for 0 ISI. Then what have we currently we came to know that what is the very basic condition for providing 0 ISI, that is equation number 14 and 15. You should never you should never think only about equation 14. Whenever you are reading equation 14, you should read along with the equation number 15. Both should be understood as a tuples. So equation 14 and 15 jointly should be jointly you are supposed to analyze, and jointly you are supposed to understand, and both equations should get satisfied to have 0 ISI. So then give me an example of a signal x of t which satisfies equation number 14 and equation number 15. That is, a sync pulse is a best example with the Fourier transform shown in equation number 16. So x of f is equal to t, okay, constant value for f less than w, 0 elsewhere. Okay, this is how the Fourier transforms looks. I have given the diagram also. X of t is equal to sync of t by t. It has been shown over here. See how this type of waveform or this type of frequency response is called as rectangular pulse or rectangular frequency response. Okay, that is one thing. And what is the characteristic? Yes, it is almost flat over here in this portion, and there is an abrupt transition. So currently, what is one thing, what observation you can give by seeing this x of f means that I have told in the previous class. Let me recall again. So for the time being, let me move to the x of t. See, just observe what are the sample values of x of t. At time 0, you are having the value 1, and all other samples, at all other samples, what are the values? The values are 0. That is the very important condition. X of nt is equal to, at 0, you should have the value 1. At all other sampling instance, the value is 0, which is satisfied by the pulse. So therefore, what one can understand is, if I use sync pulse as x of t or sync function as x of t, then whatever the symbol I am going to send at the receiver end, I am not going to experience any ISI. Okay, that is the very required thing. Okay, so this equation w is equal to 1 by 2t, I will come to this in the later part of the discussion. So currently you have got one example or one choice of x of t, so that I am obtaining 0 ISI. Remember, what is the very basic condition? 14 and 15. That is the very basic condition. What is the signal? The signal is what is the x of t? X of t is the sync pulse. Okay. Then yes, the sync pulse will achieve the objectives. That is true. Whether are there any practical difficulties? Yes, there are practical difficulties. One practical difficulty is we cannot obtain or we cannot have any pulse whose frequency response looks exactly like this. So this type of abrupt transition in the frequency response is practically not possible. So that is one thing. And another thing is the hardware part. See, remember, what are we doing? If you get into the very basic equation, so that is the equation number 13. From the equation number 13 only, we have done the zero ISI analysis. So what are we doing? We are sampling at every t seconds. Okay, means you know what is the sampling instant. Okay, then see, at every sampling instant you are taking the samples of x of t. That is what you have understood till now. See, observe over here, at every t second, 0, t, 2t, 3t, 4t, you are taking the samples. Okay, yes, that is true. But there may be, because there's due to some problems in the circuitry, there may be small mismatch in the sampling time. If it sample should be taken at every 10 seconds, because of small errors, you may take the sample at 10.5 seconds, at every 10.5 seconds. So there will be a mistiming of 0.5 seconds. Then if that happens, then what are you going to do? See, what are you going to observe? You were supposed to take the sample over here, so you should get 1, and every t seconds you should have taken the samples wherein the values were 0. That was the actual case. But because of the mistiming, we are taking the samples at the instance which is shown in the red color arrow mark, and you are getting the non-zero values. So therefore now whatever the sample values you are taking, they are non-zeros. Then coming to this equation, if this sample values are non-zero, then obviously ISI exists. ISI exists. So therefore, you should be very much careful at the sampling. Why this is happening? Because see, if you observe the nature of the curve, see, this is the main lobe or the major portion of the curve. You can call this as the main lobe. So this one, this much portion. And these things, just observe the mouse pointer, and these things, they are called as the tails of the pulses. I repeat, so this region, this much region is the main lobe, and these regions, they are called as the tails of the sync pulse. Now if you observe the rate of decay, okay, don't worry about the negative values, only worry about the positive values. The rate of decay, just observe the mouse pointer, how the value of x of t decreases. For lower values of t, there is a very sharp decrease. But as and when the t value increases, the rate of decrease or the rate of decay is very much less. Okay, so because the rate of decay is very much less, you are having so many non-zero values. If the rate of decay is very high, then this pulse would get this region, it would get reduced, so that at this instant you were getting some value which is very nearer to 0. So the rate of decay means value coming to 0. So okay, so this is one of the very problem which you are observing. See, what is the problem? The rate of decay. So the rate of decay is very less, means that here you are getting some non-zero value, here also you are getting some non-zero values, you are getting the non-zero values. Why? Because of the mistiming in the sampling instance, or because of the mistake in the sampling time, wrong choice of the sampling time. This value, it should be very nearer to 0, but that is not the case. It is not nearer to 0. Okay, so that is what it is happening. Therefore, I can say why that is happening, because the rate of decay means movement towards the zero, that is very less. So therefore, at every the samples you are going to get, they are non-zero values. So this is the practical difficulty. So how to overcome this? How to overcome this is this is the following. The following should be done. So we will have a same type of pulse. The nature of the pulse let us not alter. Why? Because at 0th sample you are having 1. At all other samples T2, T3, T, you are having zeros. But what can we do? We can have an arrangement such that the rate of decay, let us increase. The rate of decay we will increase in the tailed region. So that is what you can do. So mathematically, as far as this pulse, sync pulse is concerned, how exactly the x of t decreases? For large value of t in this region, the x of t decreases as 1 by t. So now what we will have means, what does this sentence means? For large values of time means under the tail portion, the rate of decay is very less. Okay, the rate of decay is very less. So what we will do? We will increase the decay. We will increase the decay. That we are going to do. So what is there any solution for that? Yes, we are having a particular solution that we will see now. Okay, so currently whatever the pulse you have studied for 0 ISI is a sync pulse. To that sync pulse we will do a little bit modifications. Okay, so what are the modifications that we will see now? So again we will continue. So we need to choose a pulse so that it should satisfy the Nyquist criteria. We need to choose a signal x of t so that it should satisfy the Nyquist criteria. Yes, we have chosen. The initial choice was x of t, that is the sync pulse. Time domain and frequency domain graphs have been shown. In the frequency domain graph, we said that this type of abrupt change is not possible. So then what is possible? You can have a smoother change. Okay, the change should be smoother. Okay, here there is a very sharp change. So this type of sharp change is not allowed. So what is the solution? So this change, it should be a smooth one. Okay, and what is the other one? The tails, whatever you are observing, the decay, whatever you are having, it should get increased. You should have a larger decay. Those things are the solutions. Okay, so if I solve that, if I consider that, and if we choose, is there any pulse? The answer is yes. So what is the name of the pulse that we will see now? Okay, so first we will have the Fourier transform equation. So what is this x of f? It is a choice of x of t. It is a choice for obtaining 0 ISI. What is it? It is an alternate choice to the previous one. So what is the signal we are having? The signal we are having is x of t is equal to sync of t by t. Okay, see, this is the alternate choice we are having, sync of t by t. Yes, see, even the second choice is having sync of t by t, but along with that you are having another term, cos of pi into alpha t by t whole divided by 1 minus 4 alpha square t square divided by capital T square. Means this is the pulse, or this is the signal x of t, which will avoid 0 ISI. Yes, I agree. But the practical problems which I have shown, that also will get avoided to a maximum extent. I cannot say those practical problems will be completely nullified, but it would be nullified to a maximum extent. So how does it nullify? That we will see now. See, the choice of x of t is this, sync of t by t cos of pi alpha t by t 1 minus 4 alpha square t square by t square. How does this reduce how does it overcome the practical difficulties? That I will explain now. Before that, what is the frequency response of this x of t. So what is this function called as? It should be called as raised cosine function. Okay, raised cosine function, or it should be called as raised cosine pulse, or it is also called as RC pulse. RC refers to raised cosine. So okay, now just observe how exactly the x of f looks. Okay, if you just observe the x of t equation, so there is a new term called as alpha. What is this alpha? What is this new term? There is a new term which is called as alpha. So what is this alpha called as? Alpha is called as the roll-off factor. Here it has been written, parameter alpha is called as the roll-off factor. So you will come to know the concept of alpha in this particular block diagram. See, therefore, see over here, you are having a bunch of curves. Over here, which curve to observe, I will tell you. There is one curve which looks rectangular in nature. So this why I have drawn, because to have a comparison. Okay, initially in the previous example, you are having the x of f which looks like a rectangle. This is the abrupt change which is not practically possible. Now what are the how does x of f looks? You can look the uh, dark line, the curves in the dark line. Okay, see, just observe the change from maximum value to 0 is smoother. There is a rolling off from maximum value to minimum value. The transition will happen smoothly. Okay, so therefore we can achieve this type of frequency response practically. If you are having a source which is going to generate a signal, then if you observe the frequency response, you can get this type of frequency response. Okay, just observe, if you give alpha is equal to 0.5, if you give alpha is equal to 0.5, you write the x of t formula, okay, and obtain the frequency response which looks like this. So if you if you find out the transfer function or Fourier transform, it looks like this. Okay, you need not worry about all the three things. First observe the shape of the x of f. See, for alpha is equal to 0.5, observe what has been happened. Alpha is equal to 0.5 and alpha is equal to 1. See, just observe this. Observe this. The alpha is equal to 0.5 curve is the inner one, and alpha is equal to 1 is the outer one. There is a small mistake in the arrow mark drawn. So alpha is equal to 0.5. It points to the inner curve. Okay, and alpha is equal to 1 points to the outer curve. So okay, so therefore what happens, you are having a small flat portion. Afterwards there will be a decrease to a minimum value. This is for alpha is equal to 0.5. Okay, then what is this? Alpha is equal to 0.1. Yes, you are having a flat portion. From the maximum value to the minimum value, there is a smooth transition. There is a roll off. So this is the roll off factor. Higher the roll off factor, see, from 0.5 you observe, see the transition, and for alpha is equal to 1, see the transition. Higher the roll off factor, the smoother would be the transition. Okay, so therefore what we will do, we will go for the higher value of alpha. If you put alpha as 0, then what would you get? You are going to get a rectangular pulse which is not allowed. So therefore you can choose either alpha is equal to 0.5 or alpha is equal to 1, so that this is a case. Then what next you can observe in this diagram? That is very important thing. What next you can observe is just I have previously told, why have I written this rectangular curve, this rectangular spectrum? Just observe, see the mouse pointer. Why it has been written is, initially what would be the bandwidth occupied? What is the bandwidth occupied by the x of f? Just observe. You can tell me only in the positive side. So 0 to 1 by 2t. This was the bandwidth. This was the bandwidth which is provided by the system. X of f, you try, I hope you understand what is X of f. If you try to find out what is the bandwidth of X of f, it is from 0 to 1 by 2t. You remember this. But when you go for a practical choice with alpha is equal to 1 or 0.5, then what happened to the bandwidth? There was an increase in the bandwidth. So you should understand this. There was an increase in the bandwidth. See now, you choose alpha is equal to 0.5. Then how much increase you have experienced in a bandwidth? You have experienced about 50% increase in the bandwidth. So when you put alpha is equal to 1, see, observe the outer curve. So what would be the bandwidth? Initially it was 1 by 2t. Then what was the new bandwidth? When you put alpha is equal to 1, then you got 1 by t. So how much increase? There is 100% increase in the bandwidth. So therefore, what does this alpha represents? Alpha, yes, it represents the roll off. Along with that, what is the percentage increase in the bandwidth of the ideal case? Ideal case means this one, which is practically impossible. Initially the bandwidth was 1 by 2t, correct? So that was the initial bandwidth, and that graph has been drawn. Now if you choose this and if you vary the alpha, then what is going to happen? Observe the bandwidth. There is an increase in the bandwidth. Then alpha, what does it say, or what does it point out? It points out how much increase has happened over the ideal one. So this is the ideal one. Ideal one means in the previous case. So previous case, what was the bandwidth? 1 by 2t. So over here in this example, if you choose x of t as sinc of t by t into cos of this, so then what happened? There was an increase in the bandwidth depending upon the value of alpha. If the value of alpha is 0.5, then how much bandwidth would have been increased from the ideal one? There is an increase by an amount of 50%. Okay. So if you use alpha is equal to 1, then you will have an increase of 100%. So that is the meaning of alpha that has been written over here, and it indicates the excess bandwidth over the ideal solution. W is equal to 1 by 2t. That is what. And also I have given an example. When alpha is equal to 1 by 2, what is the excess bandwidth? 50%. What is the excess bandwidth? Alpha is equal to 0.5. You refer to the inner curve. So how much increase in the bandwidth? There is a 50% increase in the bandwidth. Now, if you come to alpha is equal to 1, excess bandwidth is 100%. See, just initially we were having 1 by 2t as the ideal one. So how much there was an increase from the ideal case? There will be 100% increase. So with this, you can try to write the expression for x of f. See, x of f, how the expression has been written is, they have divided the curve into 3 regions. One region is the flat portion of the curve. Okay, flat portion means it should be constant, and the other portion is the 0 values. So from 1 by t, if you consider, I will have an example as alpha is equal to 1. For analyzing this x of f, we will consider alpha is equal to 1. Okay, so the outer curve. So after 1 by t, over here you are having 0 values. Okay, so between this flat portion and the 0 value, see, this is the flat portion and the minimum value or the 0 values, you are having a roll off, or you are having a smoother transition. So this transition is given by this particular function, t by 2 into 1 plus cos of pi t by alpha into f minus 1 by alpha by 2t. So this expression you are supposed to remember. Okay, so therefore what you are supposed to understand, how does x of f? We will write the formula in the following method. First we will write the formula for the flat portion t. So from where to where this flat portion lies? 0 less than or equal to f less than or equal to 1 minus alpha by 2t. Okay, so I have written the flat portion. Flat portion means constant value. Then at some values over here, from this 1 by t to till infinity, what is the value of the curve? It is 0. So therefore that has been written f greater than 1 plus alpha by 2t. So therefore between the flat portion and the 0 values, that is 1 minus alpha by 2t to 1 plus alpha by 2t, you are having the role of portion. You are having the role of portion. If you consider the basic example, we will come to know. Okay, so now, okay, so with this you can try to analyze the you can try to analyze the x of f with the basic equation, the curves, and the required things. Okay, so we will continue the discussion in the next class. Thank you.